10864. Station's your final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime.
Oregon is going to the Final Four.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Oregon Sports Network.
And Oregon is going to play in the national championship game.
Welcome to Duck Insider.
Man, it feels great to be a Duck.
Give it to me, baby. My house. I'm taking it there.
Their competitors, they'll want to put the O on.
Three, got it.
We're going to compete to a standard every day.
The Oregon standard.
Rebound. Tap it in. 1 point more to go.
The opportunity to play, put Oregon on your chest, should mean a great deal to you.
Unloads on one into left field. Back toward the wall. Gone.
This program is staged to compete and to win championships.
Oregon wins.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Better banking, local solutions. Live from the Country Financial Studio, let's talk Oregon athletics.
It is game day eve. It is awesome to be back in the studio with you on a Friday. I'm Joey Mack. He's Jerry Allen. Mike Jorgensen is not here yet, and Jordan Brenner is here, ladies and gentlemen.
I get the nice chair while Jorgie's out of here.
So here's what I said.
He's here all the time. He sleeps in that chair.
I know. So Jordan has been doing yeoman's work, hosting the show the last few weeks. Thank you, sir. Thanks for doing it. It has allowed me to spend time with Jordy, my young son, which has been great. And I'm happy to report that everybody is here and on time except for Mike Jorgensen. So, as a result, we decided that Jordan got to pick where he sat today. Yeah. You know, normally Jordan would be in what we're calling the what did we decide to call that chair? That's going to be Jorgie's domain over there.
If he's listening right now and I'm him, I go back and get in the car and I just go home.
So, and I just want to tell everybody that we know that Jorgie actually has a job. Like, Jorgie actually works every day. We don't.
No.
Haven't for years.
Yeah. For 37 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe beyond that, because you were doing like high school sports in Medford, having a grand old time.
Yeah, being a disc jockey, which is like a dream job.
Yeah.
No, I've never worked a day in my life. No, I was a soda jerk for a while, but that doesn't count.
What is that?
He really doesn't know? You really don't know?
No, I do. I
know. It's a big oak counter where you have this. You make Pepsis and drinks and ice cream sundaes and milkshakes.
Joey, what was your first job?
Baseball coach. Yeah.
That's not a job.
Exactly. Never worked.
So he's never worked a day in his life.
Yeah, my very first job. Yeah, I was a baseball coach, like doing summer camps when I was sophomore in high school. So yeah, it was fun. We used to play wiffle ball on the beach. Awesome job. Awesome job. I never hit a 6-year-old with a wiffle ball.
You draw the field, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And like hats were the bases.
Crazy.
It was a great job. Yeah, that was my first job. What was your first job?
Golf coach.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Holy cow, I'm leaving. Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Coaching is not at your level. Okay,
I would have liked.
Was not a job. That's a hobby that you got paid for.
I would have liked. So
did you even get paid for it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Peanuts, but yeah, literal peanuts.
Popcorn.
Popcorn sounds great right now, honestly. It's just like thinking about lunch.
Oh, my gosh. What a great way to start a career, though, in athletics.
That's right.
For both you guys.
Yeah, that's right. So, anyway, Jorgie's on his way. He actually did let us know in all seriousness that he was running behind because he actually does have a job. It's game day eve, fellas. Getting ready for the opener at Autzen Stadium. So, the pregame show starting at 3:30. It's going to be just after a 5:30 scheduled kickoff. And fans, before we go too much further, I did want to spend a little time going through the game day schedule, you guys, because I think every year there's a little bit of change, and this year it's a good change because the Mo is going to be open again. That's right. The Mashofsky Center will officially open its doors to fans for the first time since 2019. Can you believe that it's been that long? Since 2019. That's the last time the Mo was open, and so fans are going to be inside the Mashofsky Center.
Do we have a? We're going to let them see it for the first time when they go in. Okay, we used to do our show in there.
We did show earlier a couple weeks ago on the show. We did show what the new Mashofsky Center paint
It's not
looks like.
Here's what my opinion on it was. It's not like it needed a renovation, but all of a sudden now with the new paint job in there, it's going to be really grand, a perfect way to lead up to game time all season long. It's going to be a real treat for fans in there, I think.
No doubt.
What it was just an indoor practice facility. Now it's got a personality.
Yeah.
It's become somebody.
Yeah. 6 hours prior to kickoff, Autzen parking lots will be open. And, a reminder, no earlier than 7 a.m. if the Ducks ever play one of those earlier games. 3 hours prior to kickoff, the Mashofsky Center opens and the shuttles begin from the various locations. If you have any questions on the shuttle locations, I know some people were asking earlier, there is updated info on GoDucks.com. 2 hours and 20 minutes prior to kickoff will be the March to Victory. And it's important for me to note that will go through the Mashofsky Center again. So fans, if you're inside the Mashofsky Center, 2 hours, 20 minutes before kickoff is when that March to Victory will be held. About 3:25 p.m. on Saturday is the estimate. There will be 6 food trucks on the southwest apron of the stadium between the Mashofsky Center and the South Gate, so a little bit of a extra treat for you before you get inside the stadium. The south, north, and west gates will open 3 hours prior to kickoff. That's 2:30 on Saturday. The seating bowl and all other gates will be opening 90 minutes prior to kickoff. That's 4 o'clock for Saturday's game. A reminder that the clear bag policy is still in effect. Mobile ticketing still in effect as well. If you have questions, GoDucks.com/mobile tickets. And concessions are open and ready to go.
Yeah.
Beer and wine throughout the entire stadium, and the first student shuttle service will operate the Autzen shuttles for the 2020 Duck football season. Reminder that cash is not accepted. It is a $5 per round trip for the shuttles. Did I miss anything, Jerry? Oh, yeah, wear yellow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
It was going to be a wear black game. Now it's a wear yellow game against the Eagles of Eastern Washington.
I want to shout out to the fans back at Georgia. They did the March to Victory at Georgia, and there were a couple of thousand fans, I estimating, that lined up for that team to walk on their way to Mercedes-Benz Stadium and into the stadium. It was special. I just did not expect that on the road. Really well done.
Yeah. I agree. That was cool to see. There was a lot of Duck fans there, and now hoping for some more points on the scoreboard for the Ducks at Autzen Stadium. That's the plan. Jorgie's here. Jorgie, you're going to sit over here today.
I'm happy to switch with you. He doesn't deserve to be punished.
No,
Come
you
on.
gotta go up against the desk.
We have a
See
dunce
the
camp for you.
microphone. There you go. He's got the. What did we?
That's
what
the
did
best
we
look.
do? That's a good look. He can't. Oh, he was trying to. Oh, he was trying to join on Zoom. So is his mic on? I don't even know.
There he is.
There he is.
How's this?
That's good.
I know I can probably take it out of the stand, but I want to hold the stand the whole
That's
time.
well done.
Put it in your lap and bend over.
Jorgie's here. So we were discussing, what do we call this seat? Originally, it was going to be the Stimson seat.
The hot seat. This should
So
be
this
the
is
hot
the hot seat?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay. So
should be
we're
the
all
hot
here, 4 wide in the studio. Jorgie, we were just going through the game day timeline, and you came in at the right time, because now that fans have the info that they need, now we can talk about keys to the game. Eastern Washington, what do you think? What do you want to see from the Ducks?
Well, I mean, I want to see this team get off to a good start. Offensively and defensively, gain some confidence early, not shoot themselves in the foot, really get on a roll, because you have a chance to get a victory here at home, but you're also playing against a team in Eastern Washington that, as we've seen traditionally over time, will score points. And what you don't want to do is necessarily get in a shootout, but if you do, get points on the board early offensively, have some success, make some defensive stops early, and kind of go from there. I just want to see them get into a good rhythm, feel good about themselves. That's the keys to me.
I'm sorry. I was so distracted by the mood lighting on your face. Yeah. You look so cinematic sitting in that chair. Like,
Sinister.
Look
more
at
like
this.
it. Sinister.
Oh, look at that.
This. I mean, you like.
And the colors today, too,
Yeah,
kind of go with it, don't
they?
they?
We're not quite to Halloween season yet, but that was like light underneath the chin, telling a story. Like,
Scoot more this way?
I don't know what happened with
That's
the.
awesome.
Should I go this way?
I don't know. We had the lighting all set up for Alex, and it looked good on Alex. I just think Jorgie has this sort of like look to him today. You've got like the chiseled chin, just sinister feeling going.
Mysterious.
Dr. Evil.
Yeah, Dr. Evil.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a Friday on Duck Insider. Glad that we could all be here with you. Jerry, what do you want to see? I mean, I think that we want to see the offense get going on, I think, more cylinders this week.
Yeah, I think it's more on the Ducks themselves. Correct the mistakes they made in that Georgia game. There was some alignment. There were some coverage mistakes. They didn't tackle well. They just need to correct the things that didn't do well in that Georgia game and play Oregon football. Respect the opponent. They're going to run all over the field. They're going to do a lot of movement, so you got to be very disciplined. But just fix the mistakes, and I think they'll be fine.
Jordan, you were watching on TV and listening to us, whereas we were there in person. So I'm curious if your perspective is any different, because the Ducks certainly want to have a better showing here coming up at Autzen.
Yeah, one thing that stood out to me was even though the score was lopsided in the second half, you could never tell based on the body language of the Ducks. I think they did bring it the entire time. So you need to do that against a team in Eastern Washington that has had success beating teams at the FBS level throughout their history. And even recently, last year, they go to, what was it, double, triple overtime against UNLV. They pick up a win against them last year. So
they beat 'em.
They're coming into Eugene not hoping to stay with the Ducks or whatever. They're coming in expecting to win, and Oregon has to respect them that way.
I thought it was cool hearing you talking with their play-by-play man. I wanted you to summarize that for fans that missed it a little bit because, Larry's been doing it a long time, and he's made a few trips to Autzen, and he's also called some big upsets that they've been a part of.
Yeah, he's been doing it 31 going on 32 seasons up there and on the Palouse. That's pretty cool. And anybody who's done it that long knows they've seen everything, right? He's probably called more football than I've seen football in his career. So, and I watch hundreds of games, per season, whatever. So he's seen all sorts of success, including a Cooper Cup coming into Autzen Stadium and Cooper Cup against Washington State. All sorts of players throughout their history that have had success at this level and then on to the NFL. So he's open to a win, so I'm going to listen to him. He's seen a lot.
Yeah, I think it's interesting talking about this team. Their leading rusher is their quarterback. You got to keep an eye on that, don't you?
Yeah, you do. I mean, you all of a sudden look at a quarterback like Gunnar Talkington. I just love that name.
Team.
Just a great name. But when a guy like that can move, let alone throw for, 350 yards this last weekend and run for, 60-plus type of situation, Oregon had a look in the first game, obviously with a quarterback, Stetson Bennett, that can move and make plays with his feet. So you got to be disciplined on defense. Even if you're able to put that pressure on, you got to come with the right angles. You got to come under control because he can really extend plays out that can frustrate a defense in a hurry. So, again, you better be ready to go against Eastern Washington.
Dr. Jorgensen. I'm calling you that the entire show now. Our Sylvan Ridge Winery picks are coming up. We're going to talk more Ducks and Eagles coming up. Jerry asked the question at the end of the coach's show, who would win, a Duck or an Eagle? Maybe we should dive in.
Dive in would be the way that the Ducks would win.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, that's a handshake.
Yeah. All right.
Well done, sir. Well done. Quick timeout. It's Duck Insider presented by On Point Community Credit Union. We're coming back. We're going to make some picks. We're dead even. Well, three of us are. Back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union, onpointcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Don't go anywhere. Duck Insider continues after these messages on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the Drug Facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the Drug Facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/Drug Facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Some of the best sounds you'll ever hear are generic, safe, effective, even money-saving, just like FDA-approved generic drugs. Even if they don't come in the exact same color or shape as their brand name equivalents, they have the same key ingredients and go through a rigorous review process. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today and visit fda.gov/generic drugs. Generics are safe, effective, and can save you money. You'll like the sound of that.
We're back inside the Country Financial Studio. It's Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. We've got a Wear Yellow game tomorrow. 5:30 kickoff. Head on out to Autzen. It's the home opener. Going to be fun. Tony Washington and Johnny Reagan, some former Ducks, are your Order of the O honorary captains. I actually just talked with both of them. You'll hear it on the pregame show coming up about an hour before kickoff. Because, guys, normally the honorary captains, they're coming back to Autzen. Sometimes it's been a while since they've come back to Autzen. Well, in this case, Tony Washington's going to be coaching on the field, and Johnny Reagan's going to be touring some donors around. So they've got some things to be doing. Yeah. So I actually talked with our honorary captains today. We'll have that for you on the pregame show in addition to a bunch of other stuff with Terry Johns coming up starting at 3:30. Our picks are brought to you by Sylvan Ridge Winery, proud to be Eugene's oldest and Oregon's first bonded winery. A case of wine is on the line, boys. Now, we have not yet decided, because we've had Jordan doing the guest picking for the coin. Are you just going to take over picking forever this year? Like, how do we want to do this? We haven't voted on this, gentlemen. Does he get a vote? He does not get a vote.
After my week 1 performance, I think the coin might provide better competition.
1 week. One week.
Redemption is a week away.
There's a lot of bad picks to be made the rest of the season. Okay.
I feel like experience matters here. I was, the bright lights were on last week. How much was I actually present? Was I even myself on air?
Hey, experience doesn't matter. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Oh,
I had my wife do about half the picks for me last year, and that's when I made my comeback. Okay. So,
hey, Julia knows football.
She does. But I'm just saying it doesn't. It's early. Okay, Jordan.
Okay.
It's early.
I think we need to add Jordan, but keep the coin. Because the coin is the only chance I have to not finish last. Okay. He's much sharper than the coin. He's much sharper than all three of us.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so
we keep the coin. Whew, I was a little worried there.
All right, you guys are going to have to fill some time. I got to adjust the spreadsheet here. This is going to take a bit.
Fill some time.
So this is why when you apply for jobs, even in broadcasting, they're like, what's your Excel experience, Joey?
That's right.
This is what it counts for.
He's way quicker than the rest of us would be, I can tell you that.
Well, hey, I remember when I first started doing this with you guys, there was no tracking of who won or not.
Oh, yeah, there was. I used to write it down.
Then
I'd erase it because
with no witness or record of what the previous week looked like.
Say, did you really write it down? Because I don't remember that.
I made notes.
Wow. Okay. Well, the first game on the docket. No. So actually, last week, Jerry and Jorgie and I all went 9-2. Pretty good debut week.
Yeah. No, not bad.
Jordan went 7-4. Jerry missed on Colorado and San Diego State. Jorgie missed on San Diego State and Utah. I missed on Utah and Boise State. Jordan missed on Colorado, San Diego State, Utah, and Boise State. So at least you got the same ones wrong that all of us did.
True. I don't feel great about that San Diego State pick. Braxton Burmeister, he let me down. It was like 115 degrees. Fans were like, they were huddled up in the upper deck trying to get shade. It was not exactly how San Diego State wanted to open up that stadium, that's for sure.
Yeah. I agree. Well, I'm going to have to figure this out later. Your first game on the docket. So the way that it has to be this week then is Jerry's going to pick first. I will pick second. Jorgie will pick third. Jordan, and then the coin? Yeah. Okay. Jerry, you're on coin duty.
All right.
Okay. First game on the schedule for the weekend is the 10:30 a.m. kick on the Pac-12 network. Southern Utah visits Utah.
So I had all kinds of notes written out, yardage, names, numbers, and everything, and I left it home. So,
did you really?
Yeah, I did. I left it all home. This is a Utah team that's going to one of two things. They're going to go, well, crap, blew it. Let's see if we can play better football. Or they're going to come out and they're going to rip a new hole. I mean, that's what's going to happen. Utah will roll in this football game.
Okay. Utah will roll. I got to figure out where I write that down. Okay. Next is me. I also think that Utah will roll. You know, this is a little bit of like an angry game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I think Utah wins big.
Yeah. Same thing here. I mean, easy pick.
Is it weird that I came away actually still really open to the idea that Utah could go to the college football playoff after that performance on the road? I think Richardson, the quarterback for Florida, makes me a real believer in them. I thought that was a well-coached team in Florida, much better coached than in recent years. I think they'll be a pretty good team in the SEC. I think Utah can run the table. If you look at their schedule the rest of the way, that definitely starts this week with a big win.
They won't run the table because they have to play Oregon. I mean,
that's right.
I said might run the table.
Okay.
That was
Hopefully
good.
they don't.
Good save. Well done. Good save. You going to flip?
Flip what?
So the coin's out, right? That's all that took.
All right, that is heads.
Heads.
Utah.
The coin's pretty smart sometimes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
At times.
At times.
At times.
Okay, Utah. This is a lot more work now. The next game on the docket, 12:30 on Fox, guys. I think a really intriguing matchup. Washington State visits number 19 Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a 17-point favorite.
And most of that 17 points is Camp Randall. That's a tough place to play. I mean, it's all-time great atmosphere at Camp Randall. Wisconsin's a good football team. I wouldn't say they're a great football team, but I don't know if Washington State can go on the road and keep up with them. So I'm going to go with the Badgers.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Badgers, too. Last week I tried to back the Pack as much as possible. It worked okay, except with Utah. But then, the one time I didn't back the Pack, I picked Boise State. That didn't work out for me either. I did no research on this game. I think Wisconsin's going to win.
Yeah, I'm in this. Actually, you're up, Jordan.
Yeah, I am, but I don't think you need to do any research on it. I really don't. I mean, Wisconsin, I think, is the better team. They're playing at home. Washington State, I don't think is going to struggle like they did again this week against Washington State, as they did with Idaho. They struggled with the Vandals, and they shouldn't have. But they go on the road to Wisconsin, a much better team, a team that's going to run it and run it a lot, throw it here and there. Wisconsin sees passing teams within their own league. I just think Wisconsin's a better team and going to take. I think he's going to beat Washington State bad. I hate to say that as much as I want to back to pack.
Yeah, hard to imagine the Cougars go into an environment like that, you said. That's among the best environments in college football. Add to that the talent discrepancy. I think I agree with you, Jorgie. It's going to be a big win for the Badgers.
All right. Coin. Whoop. Tails. Oh, wow. The coin has a chance to.
Good. I'm glad somebody's taking the Cougs because I felt bad saying everything I just said.
So also, I just want to note, are we just going to say that the coins picks last week were Jordan's picks? Can we just say that for the first week?
Yeah, it makes it easy.
We're good?
Sure.
Well, we can reflip from last week.
Would you like to do that?
No, I don't think.
So we're going to let Jordan repick last week's game?
No. No.
No.
But the coin,
not.
You could just say, TCU at Colorado, coin. Doesn't matter because it'll just. Yeah.
We could do it real quick if you want.
If we gave him the opportunity, he'd probably go 9-2. So.
Yeah.
To look back.
I don't think that he would cheat and go 11-0. He'd do the right thing.
I'd make it believable.
10-1. That's good. Well, I mean, we can maybe we'll reflip at the end. Maybe if we have time, we'll reflip at the
Okay.
end. All right. Next game, also at 12:30 on CBS, guys. Colorado Air Force.
Well, Colorado has got to go up to Air Force. Elevation means something. Oh, they're both at the same elevation. That's right. Okay, never mind that.
Are they actually the exact same elevation?
500 feet difference. Yeah, which is
nothing.
That. Yeah, which is nothing. Colorado Springs. So I think Air Force is going to run them ragged. They'll throw the ball some too, but I think they keep the ball away from Colorado, and Colorado just doesn't get very many chances to score. So I'm going to go with Air Force.
Yeah, those really good Olympic track and field athletes, they don't go to Boulder to train. They go to Colorado Springs.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Not that makes a difference, but
500
so
feet.
throw that out there.
So who are you picking?
Yeah.
What's you?
I just like the name of the town, Colorado Springs.
It is a good name. Yeah, I was really disappointed in Colorado's performance. I like Air Force.
I do too. Air Force is a double-digit favorite in this game. Yeah. I mean, that's what's amazing about it. So I'm taking the Falcons.
Boy, I was disappointed with Colorado last week. It felt like they really wore down in the second half. They were dangling a couple different quarterbacks. Nobody could get into a rhythm last week. I thought the second stringer looked better than the starter. I think there's going to be a controversy there this year, and until they figure that out, I think they're going to lose a lot of ball games, including this week on the road.
Coin?
Oh, coin. Tails. Down goes the coin. Down goes the coin.
We'll see. 1 o'clock. UNLV at 1-0 visits Berkeley 1-0. It's going to be an interesting one. Cal, a 13-point favorite at home in the 1 o'clock kickoff.
Probably the home field to me is enough of a difference. I mean, I looked at some numbers in this ball game, and Cal had the edge. I thought they're probably the team that has more to offer. I wish I had that information from me, but I like Cal. I picked Cal, and I just think it's a Pac-12 school. And, you can say back to pack. I'm just going to say I think a Pac-12 school is better than UNLV.
Where did your notes end up again?
There are with my spotting boards and all the rest of the stuff I'm doing at home.
Oh, okay.
Can I call a friend?
You could phone a friend.
My wife could look it up.
We have
for me.
Zoom.
Get my wife on Zoom.
What's the temperature supposed to be like in Berkeley?
68 degrees at kickoff.
Seriously?
Yeah. Got it right here. 68 degrees.
Okay.
And that's going to make a difference?
Well, no, I was just trying to figure out how many people would go to the game if it was going to be like 105 or what was it in San Jose this last week, like 110 or something like that?
It's hot.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So you're taking Calgary?
Yes, I took Cal.
Yeah, I'm going to take Cal.
Yeah,
me too.
Boy, a lot of thought there. You took Cal, so I guess now I have to take Cal.
Part of it is, I want Marcus Arroyo to succeed.
Oh, I do too.
For
I do
sure.
too.
And there's so many former Ducks that are on that staff. I want them to succeed. I feel like that could be it's a winnable game for them, but I think Cal's going to win.
There's a prize at the end of this season,
Right.
So
is there an outlier?
Serious.
No, I'm going to go with Cal too. Garbers felt like he was there forever. And by the end of it, people are like, hey, this guy's experienced. He's actually one of the better quarterbacks in the conference. I actually never thought so. I think they actually might have a better quarterback this year. I think Coach Wilcox can coach defense. Cal could be a sleeper team this year. I like Plummer. I don't think he turns the ball over all that much. He's got a lot of experience. I think Cal wins this one, and I think they win it by multiple touchdowns.
I do like Plummer.
I think they're better on offense. I agree with that. I don't think they're as good on defense. And that's what's going to be interesting about as the season progresses.
But don't you think Wilcox is a guy who can kind of figure that out and cover some holes more than maybe some other coaches in this conference?
He's shown the ability to be able to do that over time, no doubt about it. So,
all right, coin going with tails.
UNLV. Boy, really a chance for the coin here to make a dramatic comeback. Yeah, also a 1 o'clock game, Portland State, Washington.
Washington.
Huskies.
Washington. Yeah.
Okay, moving right along.
Come
coin?
On, coin. Take Portland State. Coin. Come on. I'm a little worried about the coin's picks as opposed to my take PSU. Come on.
PSU.
Tails.
Heads.
Oh, my gosh.
UW. All right, we're going to get a break. Come back. Our Sylvan Ridge Winery picks continue. We have not opened the case of wine yet today. Still got half an hour left in the show on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear gas prices, Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. That says it all. Toyota hybrids. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimate CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, our all-inclusive event pricing allows us to take care of all of the details while you enjoy your event. Our wedding garden, expansive grounds, ballroom, and meeting rooms can accommodate any size event and come complete with full catering and service staff. From weddings to business and social events, Shadow Hills offers the benefits of a resort atmosphere and the peace of a country setting just minutes from downtown Eugene. For more details, call us today or go to shadowhillsevents.com.
Dear gas prices, Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. That says it all. Toyota hybrids. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimate CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
Duck Insider continues after this timeout on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. They can spell risk if taken by someone they weren't prescribed for, harm if accidentally taken by a child or pet, or overdose if they're not used as directed. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. You may find these in your community at local pharmacies or police stations. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. We're in the Country Financial Studio. 4 wide in the studio. Scott Phillips is somehow trying to quarterback this. I don't know how he does it. I'm Joey Mack, along with Jerry Allen, Mike Jorgensen, Jordan Brenner. We were just looking back at some history of Pick'em. In Week 6 of 2014, Jorgie went 0-5 against the Coins 5-0. It is the week that will live in infamy. That was I thought that it happened again, Jorgie. I'm going to be honest, though. I can't find another iteration where that happened. There must have been a week where it was really close. In 2020, there was 1 week where you got 1 game right and the Coin got every game right, but that was it. So
I'm not sure how you pick every game wrong.
It's literally 50-50 chance.
Even by mistake, you'd get one of the wrong ones right?
I know.
That was impressive.
It was a good week.
It was impressive.
It was impressive.
It's a good week.
It's tough to do.
It's really hard to do. Really hard to do. I hope that everybody has their ibuprofen. The 2 o'clock game on the schedule as we continue our Sylvan Ridge Winery picks. Pac-12 Network, Alabama State heads to the Rose Bowl. UCLA hosting Alabama State.
That's another no-brainer. UCLA is at home. They're operating pretty much, I think, on all cylinders early. They weren't overly impressive, but they did what they needed to do, and they did it well. Great quarterback. It's too easy. UCLA.
UCLA?
Yeah. UCLA.
Well-oiled. Everybody came out of week 1 in L.A. talking about USC and Caleb Williams and Addison and Dye, and here they go. Here we go. I think UCLA might be the best team in Los Angeles right now. I don't know.
No, I agree.
I don't know if there's a better QB-RB combination in the conference. I really like Charbonnet at UCLA. I think that offense is explosive. With that being said, Alabama
No, okay.
This is one of those games where if one of us picked Alabama State, everyone would look at us and be like, "You're an idiot." And then it happens, and you go, "Wow, that was a really smart pick. He knew something that we didn't know."
Here
and
comes
now
the
here's
coin.
the coin.
Here comes the coin. The coin says, "Well, that's a heads, and that's home." UCLA.
God.
Yeah, it got it. It got it.
It was a good effort. was a good effort from the coin. Okay, the big game of the day: USC and Stanford, 4:30 on ABC. Guys, I vote that we defer this game to be the last one we pick.
I'm fine. Yeah,
sure.
Okay. Veto. Just kidding. That's fine.
Okay.
I don't care.
Eastern Washington, Oregon will be the next game. Of course, we're calling it. We won't pick it. Then CBS Sports Network has what is, according to Vegas, the best game of the weekend in the Pac-12 Conference. 7:30 on CBS Sports Network, the 1-0 Oregon State Beavers, who looked good against Boise State, heading to Fresno State, 1-0. The over-under is 61.5 in this game, according to Vegas. And Oregon State is a mere 1-point favorite, Jerry.
I think that is. I think that 1 point. No.
1 point.
No, I think Oregon State can throw the ball. I think they can run the ball. I like their defense. I think Fresno State's a tough place to play. We know we've been down there and done that, but I just think the Beavers are a good football team this year. I think they're going to win more than they lose. They're going to cause people issues, and I think this is a team in Fresno State that Oregon State will handle. I'm going to go with the Beavers.
Great coaching matchup this week, don't you think?
It
oh,
is.
yeah, it is.
It is.
No.
Yeah, the Tedford deal's real. So Bennett Williams was in here earlier today. And Bennett Williams' younger brother plays for Fresno State. He's an all-conference DB, Evan Williams there.
We saw him last year here. He was good.
Very good. So, I asked Bennett, I was like, so what do you think of that game? And he said, well, I have to pick Fresno State because my brother's playing there. I got to go Fresno State. So I'm going to go Fresno State.
Ooh.
This will be – I think I am in danger. I just want to put this into the universe so that I'm hopefully going to reverse jinx myself. Last year, Jorgie had a routine of picking against the Beavers.
Never pick them again. But they got me a victory.
They did
in the first week of this year.
And I went Boise State. I backed Andy Avalos. It didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
I'm picking against them again, and we're going to see what happens, and maybe then I will never pick against them again.
Yeah. I'll never pick them again. I'll tell you, the Beavers got me a win last week. Fresno State's going to be tough. Jake Haener, we saw what they did last year, how tough they were here in Autzen Stadium, down and beat UCLA in the Rose Bowl last year in a wild game. But I just think this Oregon State team believes in what they're doing. They play good, solid defense. I don't think Fresno State's going to be able to stop a consistent Oregon State offense on a regular. I'm taking the Beavers. I think they're going to get me 2 out of 2 weeks so far this year.
I'm hearing way too many nice words about the Beavers. Way too many. They have not proven it away from Reser Stadium. They went, I think it was 1-5. Away from Reser last year. Sure, they went undefeated at home. That's a challenge to go down there. Haener's the better quarterback. Coach, I don't really know who has the edge. I think both are both tremendous coaches. I like Fresno State at home in this game. I think the Beavers continue to struggle outside of Corvallis.
Can I change my pick now? I don't want to pick the same as him.
Why?
Because I'm wrong always.
Why not? I mean, that's not a. I could see all of us easily going with Fresno State.
Oh, sure. It's a pick 'em game.
Just the 1 week he did not do well.
Well, for me, the minute the Beavers turn on me, I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done.
And
if they lose, I'll never pick them again. I'll never pick them again.
The very telling aspect of your pick was when you said Bennett Williams said, well, my brother plays there, I have to pick him. He didn't say, well, Fresno State's a better team, I'm going Fresno State. He said, no, my brother plays there, so I have to pick him. It's not like he wanted to.
Well, I think I was maybe characterizing it in a way that would not make Bennett.
Yeah. Well, he's got to pick him.
He's got an interest there.
Yes,
for sure. Coin.
Beavers.
Beavers.
Oregon State, the coin.
I knew this was going to be the deciding game of the
tough
weekend.
Pick. It is a hard pick. Could go either way. Really could.
It is a tough pick. I realized, guys, that I also skipped a game. So we're going to have to come back and do that as our Sylvan Ridge Winery picks continue. So far, only one difference, Fresno State, Oregon State. The young guys are going with Fresno State, and I just got a bad feeling about this. Coming back.
At least you didn't say the old guys are going with the other teams.
I said that last week. I can't make that joke twice.
Reality bites. Okay.
Back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union, onpointcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Hey Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
Duck Insider, your home for the latest news on Oregon athletics on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. With honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be shared with friends or family. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. It is a Friday in the Country Financial Studio, so we have jam-packed everybody in here. I don't know why we didn't have Jorgie sit in the Mac Court chair, and instead we put him in the cinematic look. It's a good. It's like a photo shoot look. I mean, look at that. That's a profile picture for Mike Jorgensen over there. Look at that. That's well done. Dr. Jorgensen.
That laugh. Don't laugh like that.
That was really well done.
It's scary.
Really well done. Sylvan Ridge Winery bringing you our picks every single Friday. Sylvan Ridge offers wine enthusiasts a diverse selection of wines representing the very best of the South Willamette Valley. A case is on the line. I skipped a game, guys. The 4:30 ESPN2 game is Arizona State, Oklahoma State. Number 11 in the country, Oklahoma State. Arizona State heading out a few states over, where Oklahoma State is a 12-point favorite.
Yeah, it's at Oklahoma State. I think that's big. I mean, they're a program that's solid, built. They didn't have to replace a lot of parts this year. Arizona State, I think, is, I don't want to say in a rebuilding year, but they just don't. I mean, they lost some key guys. And it's at Oklahoma State. And, again, I washed out all my notes for the numbers because there's some interesting matchups. But I just think Oklahoma State and the Cowboys get the job done.
Yeah, Arizona State, we didn't learn anything in a 40-3 win over Northern Arizona,
No.
but I was a little surprised to see that the Cowboys gave up 44 points to Central Michigan last week.
Chippewas aren't that bad, though.
They're not. Don't get me wrong, but 44 points was a lot. So I actually think this game could be a shootout. I think that there might be some points on the board. I was surprised to see that the over-under in this game, 58.5, is actually lower than it is in the USC-Stanford game and in the Oregon State-Fresno State game. I think that both of these teams are going to score some points. I feel like Oklahoma State's going to win, but in a shootout, you never know what's going to happen. Maybe the Pac-12 gets a little bit of an upset. Right. I'd be okay with it. I'm going to pick Oklahoma State, but I think it could be a shootout, could be an interesting game.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys. I think Oklahoma State's going to end up beating Arizona State. They're going to score points again, but I would expect Oklahoma State's defense to play better. They played really good defense in 2021, so I was shocked to see that score after we saw it. But, again, at home in Stillwater against Arizona State, I think Oklahoma State's the better team.
Yeah, it looked like last week Oklahoma State was a team that went through some off-season turmoil a little bit, and that did happen. We can't forget that. That being said, that's a stiff test for an Arizona State team that's rebuilding to go on the road and do that. And, Joey, you're right. They were very unchallenged last week. I think this line is about right. I think Oklahoma State will win this game.
All right, coin. Heads, Oklahoma State, being safe. Coin's doing a pretty good job this week.
We'll see. We'll see. The 8 o'clock game on Fox Sports 1, guys. Arizona coming off a big win. Got it done against San Diego State. And did you guys see some of the headlines that were like San Diego State's stadium openings, like the worst stadium opening ever? Arizona was a part of that. Pac-12 got a win there. A 1-0 Arizona team against Mississippi State, hosting Mississippi State, 8 o'clock on Fox Sports 1.
Anytime you open a new facility like that, and I remember when the Rose Garden opened, they had people in the office out putting up folding chairs because they didn't get the whole facility ready to go for the first game.
No kidding.
It happens, okay? So I think the storyline's going to go to those headlines, especially when you lose your opening game in your brand-new stadium. That being said, who's playing this week?
Mississippi State, Arizona.
Oh, we're talking about them? I thought we were talking about San Diego State.
Flag on the play.
I waited too long. I just like Mississippi State. I just think that's a good, solid program. And again, I wish I had my notes in front of me, but I want to go Mississippi State. I wanted to go Arizona because I wanted to back the pack, and maybe they last week are that good. But I think San Diego State has got issues, and it made Arizona look better than they are.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that, unfortunately. I think that Arizona is probably better than we expected, but I agree completely with that. I think that might have been a little bit of a trick you game. I think Mississippi State's more talented going on the road. I think Mississippi State's going to win. And I want you guys to know that I did just sing the MISSISSIPPI song in my head to make sure that I spelled Mississippi right on my notes.
That's the way I always do it, too.
Yeah, MISSISSIPPI.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking a little cowbell here, too.
Yeah.
I'd like to take Mississippi State. I just think offensively with Will Rogers at quarterback and the record setter for Leach, and Leach is making his first trip back to Pac-12 country since he's gone to Mississippi State, so that would be kind of cool. I really think the crowd in Arizona is going to be excited and show up excited for a high-quality opponent like Mississippi State coming to town, but I also think Mississippi State plays pretty good defense, and that's what we're going to find out real quick. So I think this is one of the best teams that Coach Leach has had at Mississippi State so far, so I'm taking the Bulldogs.
Wait, show that shot again. Those of you that are watching, doesn't he just look more intelligent? Doesn't he just look smarter in this lighting?
Well, compared to what?
Well, okay.
I feel like I'm doing an interview at the Hall of Fame induction with you.
I know.
Up on the stage.
It's
you know?
great. It's moonlighting.
This is about as close as I'll come to a Hall of Fame induction, too. So I just like to do that. So.
He's on the committee, everybody. He's on the committee. He decides who gets into the darn thing. Anyway, Jordan.
What's the line on this game?
Mississippi State's a 10.5-point favorite.
10.5-point favorite. You know, I think one thing that we have overlooked in this game is Mississippi State traveling west. And this is going to kick at what, 10 or 11 their time? They're going to be sitting around in the team hotel all day. I think one thing we learned in week 1 of college football was just how possible it is to rebuild an offense through the transfer portal. Really good receivers in for Arizona. A new quarterback in Delora looked explosive. I thought they were well coached. I don't think San Diego State is as bad as we think they are. I think they returned a lot of talent from a 10-game winner last year. I think Arizona's actually a lot better than people are giving them credit for. That's going to be a crazy crowd going west for an East Coast team. A chance to make up some spots after a poor week 1.
Oh.
Let's go Wildcats.
Back the
I thought I read, and maybe I'm wrong because in my mind I just feel like Mississippi State made a trip to the Rose Bowl to play UCLA in the last few years. But again, maybe that's another SEC type of team aside from LSU this last year. But I thought I read it's the furthest west they've been in 40 years.
Mississippi State?
Yeah.
Wow.
Going to Tucson.
That's a crazy stat.
Isn't it?
That is a crazy stat.
They're scared of us out here.
They don't come out very often,
No,
the
they don't.
SEC.
Teams don't.
I wouldn't say they're scared, but
Yeah.
they don't come out this way
Boy,
very often.
okay, so good pick. Jordan a chance to pull even with Jerry and Jorgie if Arizona gets a win and if Fresno State gets a win.
I like my picks this week.
That was
I feel really
way
confident.
too much analysis. Okay.
Yeah,
you made
gotta
me
just-
now. You made me
you gotta
second
just
guess
throw
my
stuff
pick.
at the wall.
Now I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need to change that pick.
You know,
he
this
made
is-
some great points.
I'm afraid of the coin this week for some reason. I don't know why. I just feel like the coin's figured it out this
Yeah,
week.
All right, see what the
could have figured it out.
Well, I didn't
Coin,
flip that
by the
very
way.
well.
You know, in 2014 and in 2015, this is how I sounded to you guys, and then you kicked me out of picks. So
Visitor.
Visitor, Mississippi State. MISSISSIPPI. Mississippi State.
Okay.
I got it right. It
Hey,
didn't
by
give
the
me
way, that just thinking about Mississippi State, and I know we made a trip there one time, that type of deal. That's some of the best sweet tea last week that I've had, and since Knoxville, obviously, and then that was since Stark Vegas, right? I mean, it just, right? I mean, it just.
So what'd you put? 7 packs of
Oh,
sugar in
I
it?
didn't have to. They
'Cause it
put
was
twice
al- 'cause
that
it was
in
already in there.
It was already in there.
Oh, sweet tea. It was great.
They love their sugar in their drinks out there.
Oh, my gosh.
When I was in North Carolina, I ordered like an iced coffee. I said I want it half sweet, and then I tasted it, and it was 10 times sweeter than anything I'd ever tasted in my life.
Syrup.
And it was probably phenomenal.
Syrup.
It was really tasty.
I bet.
Yeah.
All right, last game. It's the one that we deferred. I said we'd pick this one last. 4:30 on ABC. It's a big showcase game between two Pac-12 teams that always, I know with Notre Dame on their schedule, they always play earlier, but it seems like it's always week 2, guys. Every year it's week 2. Number 10 USC 1-0 against Stanford 1-0. Remember, Stanford took down the Fighting Toothpaste last week. USC is an 8-point favorite on the road after a 66-14 win over Rice, Jerry.
Okay, I looked in the dictionary. I found a word that is the word was defer, and I looked it up, and it means I can skip my pick and go last.
Stanford always plays USC tough.
They do.
Feels like every time you think that USC's got it in the bag, that's when Stanford plays them as tough as can be. It's always
Even
been
in
a
LA.
bad matchup. Yeah,
Even in LA.
Exactly. It's always been a bad matchup. I think that USC can really score. I think that Stanford's going to probably have it schemed to be able to keep it in check. I just don't know that Stanford can score enough to overcome it. That's why I'm going to take USC. But again, this is one just like Arizona. I could totally see this going the other way. But I'm gonna take USC. I think it's going to be closer than 8 points.
Yeah, I'm taking the Trojans too. I just feel like the Trojans are going to score a lot more often than Stanford has the firepower to on offense. And, Stanford might score 20, 24 points and be able to hang in there for a little while, but USC just has too many weapons in a wide open type of offense. I think this is probably the year at least that they've got this game in the bag on the road in Palo Alto. So I'm taking Stanford.
This is one where you got to hit record before you go to Autzen Stadium this weekend. This is going to be a beautiful football game, a clash of different styles. I'm really excited. I think we'll learn a lot about both teams, both quarterbacks this week. These could be the two best quarterbacks in the conference this year, in Williams and McKee. Obviously, we'll see what happens at Oregon and Utah when we have that discussion. Ultimately, I'm a believer in what USC is doing. You know, the fact that they could have 4 carries for Travis Dye in week 1, give me the Trojans.
Okay. Got to hurry, Jerry. Right out of time.
I'm going to go with USC. I'm just because I don't think Stanford's defense is back yet. I don't think they can score or limit USC scoring.
Coin.
You got to hurry. Tails.
USC. All right, we'll recap picks. Sylvan Ridge Winery. Thanks, everybody. And keys to the game coming up, our final segment on a Friday on Duck Insider. After this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, our all-inclusive event pricing allows us to take care of all of the details while you enjoy your event. Our wedding garden, expansive grounds, ballroom, and meeting rooms can accommodate any size event and come complete with full catering and service staff. From weddings to business and social events, Shadow Hills offers the benefits of a resort atmosphere and the peace of a country setting just minutes from downtown Eugene. For more details, call us today or go to shadowhillsevents.com.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union, onpointcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
This is Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Meet Ed, movie buff, animal lover, safe driver.
5 years of driving an ambulance teaches you a thing or two. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. When I see a car trying to rush past a turning bus, I get concerned. You see, when big vehicles turn right, they have to swing wide to make the turn. And that's a lesson you don't want to learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait.
It's our roads. It's our safety. Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
I've been driving trucks for a long time, and safety is my #1 priority. I know that my truck has huge blind spots. That's why I remember to check my mirrors often for smaller vehicles. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're behind the wheel, try to avoid lingering in those blind spots. It can be dangerous. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. We're in the Country Financial Studio. Thanks to Mike Jorgensen. He has a day job, and he still came in and hung out with us. Thanks, Jorgie.
Yeah, nice beer.
Appreciate it. Jerry Allen, Jordan Brenner, I'm Joey Mack. Scott Phillips running the board. We've got a 3:30 pregame show tomorrow and a 5:30 kickoff, just after 5:30 scheduled kickoff. Ducks against the Eagles. Chance to right the ship a little bit, Jerry.
Yeah, no doubt. Correct your mistakes, get it right, feel good about yourself, and get ready for another really big game next week. That's why it's important to correct your mistakes this week.
Wear yellow. Come out to Autzen, huh? It's always fun for the home opener.
It is, especially when the sun goes down.
An
the
evening game, yeah.
The lights go on and it's 85 degrees and you're in a T-shirt. There's just nothing like it.
Yeah, there really is nothing like it. Thanks, Sylvan Ridge Winery, for bringing you our picks every Friday. We will be back next week, of course, with picks. So the games of interest: Jordan the Outlier taking Arizona, and then Jordan and I are both taking Fresno State. Otherwise, we were all really boring, picked the same games. But Colorado, Washington State, UNLV, the coin, a chance to make a comeback.
Ooh.
Good show.
I love the coin.
Thanks for being here, everybody. See you at Autzen. Go Ducks.
I found hope in the midst of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-00